G'day guys, Jeff here, and we're going to have another class here. We're going to have a little bit of fun with it with the recon beacon, and I'm just going to give you a few of the tips that I've done with the beacon that seems to work well until people catch on to it, because people aren't destroying beacons, so the enemy's not destroying beacons. So with that, I suggest that you listen out for them, and you could perhaps try some of these techniques until people cotton on to the idea. I'm just going to go with a generic weapon, the UMP. I don't believe it's overpowered. It's certainly one of the better guns, but it's not overpowered. It's just overused. That's how I feel about it, and there's nothing much more to say. I think the gun balance in the game is quite reasonable at the moment, and away we go. It is only 26 rounds in the chamber as well, which obviously drops its lethal potential, and sometimes you do have to waste 3/4 of your clip to get a person, even if you're on center mass and they're at a little bit of a distance. So anyway, radio beacon. What I'd like to show you with this one that I was trying to attempt is to actually get up into the rocks here, because you've got cover when you spawn. You can drop back behind the rocks, and you're in the middle of both MCOMs. I'm actually assessing the situation here because I did fail in getting that guy. I think it might have been the first game of the day. So the aiming's a little cold, but I managed to get the beacon in here. One thing I wanted to show you with the beacon as well is that when you're prone, a lot of people go prone and try to drop the beacon and they start bitching that it doesn't drop. And so I'm going to show you a couple times here. It doesn't really work, but all you have to do, I mean, it does work prone occasionally, but it's like 1 in 5. You just stand up and then drop it like I did there. So there's no point going prone and continuing. It just doesn't work. My biggest threat is actually the snipers to the right there, so I was just actually taking a look, looking for any of the scope lighted objects, because as you know, a sniper, or as you may not know, a sniper, when it looks at you, you actually see the light of their scope. It's a great improvement from Bad Company 2 to Battlefield 3. Actually do think it reduces some of the scope's lethality, so then maybe they should improve the one-shot killing of the sniper rifles, because they certainly don't have that one-hit kill potential up close, as you might see later in this film. I believe it's this video. I had a choice here. I knew someone was disarming Alpha, but I had a choice to try to defend Bravo's plant, which I did, or cover Alpha. So I was trying my best to cover Alpha to see if I could take out a head if I saw him pop up. I didn't really want to run out of cover, but if I had a do-over, I would have run out to Alpha, because I had people behind me on the minimap. I have the mobile spawn point, which everyone can use, and just by one person in the team placing it, this is a complete fail on my behalf. I've managed to get him, and even though it took many shots, I only got 2 assists there. I actually didn't get 2 kills, so that's interesting. I did put a lot of shots into them. I haven't really, I mean, I do use the handguns a lot. I haven't fully assessed them. I think the 443 is actually the best so far. So with the radio beacon up front, it only takes one person on the entire team to really make a huge difference. What's this guy? What is he thinking? He's some sort of zero gravity moonwalker? Yeah, it only takes one person really to make a huge difference on your squad by putting a radio beacon down. So I suggest you do it. You can spawn in as another class and the radio beacon will still remain. Anyway, we took out the MCOMs fairly quickly there. I got the MCOM Bravo, and off we go. Choosing which of the 3 holes to go down to, that's what she said, is that any of the long lines of sight, like on this, if I was to the right running down this line, I'm open to sniper rifle shots. You know, they've got a really easy target running towards them. Even the assault rifles, SMGs, LMGs, they all can shoot a running person very easily. So what I suggest you do is run in and out of the smaller sections, like the barricades or between the train and whatnot. You don't necessarily have to hug the edge of the map anymore, but by running through the pylons, you minimize your profile to the frontline site, and it actually keeps you safe. I put the radio beacon down there because I wanted to assess, but one of my favorite things to do is if I can actually make it around past these blocks. By the way, those blocks are a great place to put the bipod down on your machine guns if you happen to be laying down cover fire. Although you are open to sniper fire from directly down here. One fail here is I actually should have, I saw the grenade go down, I should have looked at the kill feed. The grenade did kill the person I was after, but what I'm doing here by just firing blindly or pre-firing is that Battlefield 3 has a squad spawn system. People are dying and spawning quite a lot, so I suggest pre-firing corners. If you take out one person, beware of their squad mates and rinse and repeat. Right here is where I like to put that radio beacon. It's right on the edge of the won't be able to get him behind the cover, and now that I'm out of ammo, I'm actually going to completely change my angle of attack on that guy and subsequents who may have seen me on the minimap. But yeah, putting a radio beacon right there seems to be great. No one really goes down to check it out from the opposing team, so it's actually a really good forward base to put people anywhere behind this actual train carriage, to be honest. And even if the enemy do come, they'll just run straight over it. So I suggest you start listening out for that radio beacon noise. Look on your mini-map. If you don't see it on there as yours, make sure you kill it. And grenades and other explosives near it also destroy it. You may see yourself get some points, say equipment destroyed, 20 points or whatever it is. Yeah, so this train is actually quite good to post up in. I mean, within the train you're seeing quite a lot. The light's turning on and off. It does give you a slight advantage, but nothing really to call home about. So if you're going to kill someone, you need to keep moving and whatnot. Defend people who are running up to the objective, and you can generally find yourself doing so well. Just saw the message there. I have to leave on the screen. I have been playing with a lot of PlayStation friends on the friends list. I've actually also cleaned up a lot, so if anyone wants to continue playing, they can actually find me through Hubbard Gaming, and they should know what to send me so I can add them as a friend if I have space. I would not try to add me as a friend. My friends list is always full with subscribers, because that's what I do. I play with subscribers, and yeah, we'll have a good time. Just be aware that squad mechanics and squad audio is completely not working in the beta. You could talk to other squads in your team, but not people within your own squad for some reason. Some other mechanics you just saw there, that sometimes you can't climb up something. You have to actually take a step back and then do a running jump onto it. That happens quite a bit. And I've got an invisible radio beacon there. I find a lot of people go into this little spot because there's a kind of glitch that allows you to back way into the corner, so just be mindful of that. And you just jump and pre-fire as you're going around the corner. It's actually a pretty lethal glitch position, so just take them out with a grenade or whatnot. I've actually found, and again I'd like to see what Dan Curson comes up with, but with the Frostbite 2 engine, if you're near anything that's semi-destructible, like that falls off the wall or anything like that, if you throw a rocket into it, or shoot a rocket into it, or throw a grenade into it or whatnot, and it blows up, it seems to do, even if it's not a complete destructible, it seems to do more damage to the actual person who's hiding near it. So if you've got someone who's posted up in a little corner and they're trying to take people out, you don't have to be dead accurate with the rockets, and as soon as the rocket hits the wall, the splash damage completely obliterates them. So I'd like to see that. It's only anecdotal at the moment, but it seems to be valid. But yeah, definitely if you're near anything that's slightly destructible and an explosive of some sort hits it, you'll take more damage. Talking about damage, I'm at 2% now. Just be really mindful that health takes a long time sometimes to initially start the heal process, and then the heal process is quick from here. I have a lot of medics around or whatnot, but I can't find any of the medic packs. None are really around me or whatnot. And you can see that it's now, my health is starting to regenerate. It's climbing up quite quickly. But that actually took me out of the game for a good 30 seconds to get the health back up. So I suggest you just be mindful of that. You really go down. Sometimes if you're running around and you get shot with one bullet and you go down, just think, was I hurt previously? You might not have been shot. You could have had some Frostbite 2 splash damage, and you just need to make sure that you've got that health there before you attack anyone. He was trying to shoot people out the top of me, so that was perfect to be prone. A Battlefield 3 tip that came from Bad Company 2 that was on my channel was that when you're actually shooting down the line or across with you or your squad mates or your teammates, wouldn't it be great if these elevators worked? Your squad mates, if you're communicating, one should be prone or in kneel position as in Bad Company 2, and the other one could be standing upright. That way you get 2 shots down the line of sight, and they can only take one of you out. It's an easy way of taking out an entrenched position of some sort. These escalators here, not many people use them. For whatever reason, they use the main escalators and the side steps behind me. But these steps here really come in effect, because if you can get into not only Bravo, but if you can actually get further into the control room, you can do a lot of damage. Because if your squad's spawning on you, you know, you could dish out a lot of damage. I mentioned a tip here about slow kill feed to watch out. When you're at the front line like I am here, you want to watch out kill feed. And here's another point. See how the screen's fuzzy and I've still got 100% health? That is what suppression does. If they're firing a heavy gun at you, if they're firing a heavy gun at you and they're not hitting you, you get this like hazed effect where you can't see properly. When you take a little bit of damage, you also get that haze effect. But if someone's got the suppression specialization, there's a radio beacon that I missed, an enemy radio beacon. That's what it looks like. And then enemies, when I noticed it, the enemy spawned on me and it crapped my pants. But yeah, I didn't actually know that he had a sniper rifle, because that kind of sucked. But now that I know, I can change the way that I use it. And here's a few examples. So when you're in the front line, just watch the kill feed. If it slows down, you're probably in trouble with people spawning near you. There's a little game for you. Did you notice that? Let's do it again. Tell me what you see. The red laser. Battlefield 3 is going to be so awesome. I mean, they gave away their position. I have a little cover with some box and bricks here. I can take one of them out. It's a shame that I didn't get both of them out and the sniper got me, but just by seeing that red laser, total giveaway of where they are. I could also tell that they were prone, and I could take the shot down the line. As for what I did there, throwing a grenade out there, in Battlefield 3, when a grenade comes, people have that oh shit moment, because you've got enough time to run away. So with that oh shit moment, yeah, throwing a grenade is actually both an offensive and a defensive tool, like to protect an MCOM arm, to move people away from an entrenched position, and also, as I mentioned before, to use Frostbite 2 to its full effects for splash damage, so they get taken out. There's a couple of mistakes that I made here that I would do over if I was playing this match again, and that is that I run over here to help my teammates, trying to shoot people on the 20 degree, 30 degree, as I mentioned in my first video. But I saw that I did get the red laser aiming at me. Now he has an advantage. He's already got 2 shots into me. My health's down quite a bit. If my health was 100% and I re-aimed like I did there and took the shots, I may have won, but he ended up going away with 100% health, even though I got the hit markers. So a do-over would be that he's seen me first, he has a laser or attack light. You generally want to, unless you've got a shotgun and you're up close, you generally want to go for them at another point in time. Here's the control room I was talking about, where if you can get into, you can actually do some real damage. I didn't do any MCOM work in this part of the stage here, but in the first, obviously, I did the arm. In the second, I did the defend. And hey, have a look at this. This is the tack light I wanted to point out. I think you need to shoot to the right of the tack light a little bit because it's on the gun. But there was 4 to 5 rounds that went out on target, and I got 0 hit markers. So I do believe the tack light does something in the form of randomizing the spread as it goes to the enemy. But your best approach to get those hit markers started anyway is to shoot to the right of the light, so to the outer edge of the bright white light at that distance. That's where you want to be shooting to maximize your chance of taking them out. I like placing a radio beacon here, and my goal at this part of the stage is just to completely overwhelm Bravo. If I was with a squad that I could talk to, that's what we would do. Completely overwhelm Bravo, have someone post up exactly where I'm going here, and then the guy that I was talking to was actually part of another team, but he went up there and armed. I got the protection behind. There's a defensive grenade throw to take out anyone else or to hurt anyone else who might be going for the disarm. And I ended up getting taken out here, but it was to a point where he was, through his disarm process. The guy who shot me out is making his way to disarm, but it was too late. It goes off. So that quick push, shooting a couple of people, stopping a disarm, it really disorients the defensive team that you end up winning. My mistake here, and I realised it after I died, is that I ran out and I was like, oh shit, we did get Bravo. That's the only reason I was rushing out there again to try to do the plant, but obviously, my eyesight and awareness failed at that point in time. Awareness in Battlefield is actually probably the key to not dying a lot. I have a lot of friends, off YouTube, away from YouTube, who play Battlefield or try to play Battlefield. They're Call of Duty fans, and their first response is that they just die all the time. So what I generally tell them is that they need to approach it with different tactics from the Call of Duty series. I mean, that's essentially what it's all about. Games are different, mechanics are different, and what works is different. So you need to, in Battlefield 3, it will be about your squad mates. It will be about sharing your specializations, team specializations, and actually splitting up the roles as well. Because I feel that there's more balance in the roles with the assault guy not being able to give ammunition to themselves. I think that's a huge improvement. By turning him to a medic effectively. But there's the W. Didn't start off too strong. Did get the arm and the defense, and 2 defends of the MCOM and 1 arm, and I ended up with 23-7. That may have been MVP. It looks like it was, and we'll take a few ribbons for it. This video is not over just yet. There's a few other tips I wanted to bring out to you, and until I get a really good gameplay doing it that's under 25, under 30 minutes, then I'll bring it out. But some of the games lately have been going to full tickets. But I'm going to shut up and let you play this game. Battlefield 3, one of the issues is that, well, that's not so much an issue, but when the enemy is actually lined up in the same line of sight as your teammates, it looks like that they're part of your team. And what do you win, Johnny? You win a bunch of red men. Here's another one, an example of the beta lag. This entire match was lagging, so I'm playing a soft style of attack. I'm not trying to be too aggressive, but I come around the corner here, try to shoot this guy, and what? I'm back in the train line, and I get killed by a guy that has a glitched kill feed or killer cam. Yep, that happens every once in a while. My ping is not so great from where I moved to the house, but yeah, it shouldn't have happened that way. Talking about suppressive fire on using the bipods, so with a heavy, using a support class here. When you're standing up and you're near a structure that's at the right height, if you tap or hold your aim down sights, if you tap it just puts the pod out, but if you hold down sights it will use that structure. If you're standing up it obviously doesn't use it. So I'm going to show you a few techniques for defending a plant and also taking out a few people who come. So I'm going to tap the aim down sight button and you'll see it pulls out the pod, and it turns it, when you're not aiming down sights, it turns it into about half the potential of the mounted guns that are in Battlefield Bad Company 2. It's not as good. This gun anyway, the 249 I think it is not as good, but it certainly works when you're aiming down sights. And when you're shooting, you use your left stick to control the muzzle climb, so you push up a little bit to control it. As you can see here, I'm actually trying to spot as well. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the claw to push the spot button on my controller. You could also just take your left hand off and use your thumb to do the spot, and your right stick to move left and right. So here I'm trying to control the muzzle climb by burst firing and using the left stick to push forward to hold that climb down, and took out a few enemy there and got some nice set of points. As for what else you could use this for, see those blocks there to the right, those blocks to the left, the blocks to the right, the wall to the right, these rocks up here if you go prone. All of those can actually be used to place the pod and get a stable shooting platform. and you'll find that your ability, that's what the suppression effects looks like. Now I got shot a little bit, but when you go full auto with your LMG as well, bit of an aim fail there. When you go full auto with your machine gun, it will actually cause those suppression effects on you a little bit. One of the specializations I use for this is actually suppressive cover, and I've seen it done to me, and it's ridiculous. Like you could be behind a little rock or whatnot. I'm headphone whoring a guy here. I can hear him. He's walking in the water. He stopped walking in the water. He made a move. He made a noise to the left. And I'm, what the fuck? Like his body's halfway in the wall, but he can take him out. Yeah. So with the machine gun guys, and I've been shot at and with suppressive cover, so I know what it does to people. But if you have the suppressive cover specialization on, you've got an LMG and you're laying waste, you're shooting so much ammo at someone or a group of people, and they're behind cover, their screen like ghosts up and get that suppressive cover effect on their screen so much that it actually does affect their gameplay quite a bit. It only affects them for about 8 to 10 seconds, so I'm going to closer to 8 seconds, but that's definitely enough time to disorient them and actually get your team to go in there. Now, one of the things I like doing, someone made a comment about it, so I really wanted to go back into the game and show them, is that they made a comment saying I go past the MCOM stations. Well, yeah, you do. You want to push past the MCOM stations into their spawn and then fall back to the MCOMs for the defense. That was a basic bad company tactic that me and my other buddies that I mentioned the other day, like Azona and John and Hypermole, that's something that we did to great effect, and that allows you to push forward. You push the spawn back a little bit, and then you come back for the arm like I did, and you can set up for the defense of the arm. And by having some of the people still in the forward zone, forward point, you actually you stop the waves of enemies running to the MCOM, and it gets into a position where they're sprinting to the MCOM, and they're easier to take out. So you know, anything that's easier for them to take out, I'm all for. So I guess a good takeaway from this part of the video: push past the MCOMs, fall back, arm them, and everything's golden. And isn't it a shame that Entourage is finished talking about Silence It's Golden? Damn, that was a good show. So the MCOM's done, and that's the end of the video. So anyway, guys, I hope you learned something, and until next time, see ya.